So hey guys, this is chapter 2 of programming principles and practice using C++. By Bjarne Stroustrup. Okay, so in this video we're gonna cover chapter 2, objects, types and values. Okay, so let's start. Also, I am displaying here only PPT, okay, and side by side I am taking notes, handwritten notes, and I am reading from the book, okay. I have PDF version of it and I can't display it here because I will get copyright obviously. So let's start. Okay, so input and output. Okay, so in this chapter we're gonna learn storing and data and using a data in a program. Okay, and so we first concentrate on reading the data from the keyboard. Okay, like taking inputs from the user, and we're gonna learn objects, types, values and variables. Okay, I'm gonna note it down. Objects, types, values and variables. And we're gonna learn different types of operators and examples of variables of types. Okay, like type of character, integer, double and string. Okay, these are data types. So what we gonna learn is input, variables, input and type, operations and operators, assignment and initialization. Okay, names, types and objects, type safety, conversions, type detection, auto. Okay, so first of all it's input. Okay, here you can also see input and output. So we wrote hello world program in last video and it just print outs the hello world. Okay, so it is a output. Okay, hello world program returns us output of hello world as a string. Okay, and it does not read anything like read from getting input from the user. Like we can take input of user age, okay, as age of the user, like what is the your age, or enter your age, okay, as an input. Okay, our program gonna take it. Okay, so the author says the real programs, okay, they produce results based on the inputs gathered by it. Okay, so like user enters the input and the program produce some results based on the input. Like uh, the program gonna say what is your age. Okay, so user, let's suppose user enters 18. Okay, then the program gonna say your age is 18. Okay, it will return it like that. Okay, so to read something we need somewhere okay, so we need somewhere in the computer's memory to place what we read. Okay, like the age, suppose age, we have age, so the we need to store the age value somewhere in our computer memory. Okay, and that place where we gonna store that value, okay, it's called object. Okay, and according to the definition, an object is a region of memory with a type that specify what kind of information can be placed in it. Okay, so an object is a region of memory with a type, okay, like integer, character, or whatever it is, type that specifies what kind of information can be placed in it. Okay, so the variable, okay, a named object is called variable, is called a variable. Suppose we have a variable age. Okay, age is equal to 14. So here age is variable, and in our computer memory the value is gonna be stored at some place. Okay, that is object, and with a type of integer. Okay, it's, let's suppose int age is equal to 14 or 18. So here the object of type, okay, the object of type integer, and the named age, okay, can containing the integer value of 18. So using a string variable, we can read a string from input and write it out again like this. Okay, so object is like a box into which we can put a value of the object's type. Okay, hey guys, in this video I'm gonna remove MinGW from my Windows. Okay, and I'm gonna set up Visual Studio. Okay, so first of all, head over to browser. Okay, type Visual Studio download for Windows. And here click on the first link, download Visual Studio tools, and don't go for preview. Okay, don't go to preview editions, just click on this. Okay, community edition is free. Okay, download it. So it's being downloaded. Till then I'm gonna remove MinGW. Okay, so simply search for go to Explorer, type Okay, go to C drive, and here you can see MinGW folder. Okay, just select it and press shift and delete to permanently delete it. Okay, now it's being deleted. Okay, let's see MinGW installation manager is opening or not. Okay, it's removed. Okay, now search for environment variable. Okay, and go to environment variable, and here go to path, click edit, and this one. Okay, delete this and click on OK. Okay, and OK. Okay, done. And now so our installer is downloaded. Just click on it. Okay, continue. This is just for testing. I'm just checking if there are any other entries for MinGW. So there are not. Okay, just cancel it, cancel and cancel. Okay, so here now I'm gonna select desktop development. We can select later on mobile development and game development also. Okay, and here you can see what is being downloaded. Okay, these are optionals. This is compiler. Okay, Microsoft Visual C++ compiler. Okay, so the benefit of using Visual Studio is here is we get the latest edition of our compilers. Like MinGW has older version of compiler. Okay, like 6 and it was using the standard of C++ 14. Okay, and if we're gonna use this Visual Studio, we'll get C++ 20 standard of CPP. Okay, and now Windows 11 SDK. Okay, so it's quite heavy. Okay, you need some space of 5 to 8 GB. Okay, here it is taking 11 GB. Okay, so let's check how much space we have left here. Okay, I have very less storage. Okay, let's just install it. It's gonna take little time. Okay, pause the video. So we have downloaded our Visual Studio community. Okay, it has been installed. Click on OK. Now I'm gonna restart my PC. Okay, let's stop the recording. So I set it up the ppp.h file. Okay, so this was the default header file provided by the author, okay, Bjarne Stroustrup, for easier setup as a beginner in C++. Okay, and previously I showed you how to set up the triple p.h file. Okay, so simply heading over to this file. Okay, just go to this website, stroustrup.com slash just Stroustrup, and here third one, programming principles and practice using C++. Okay, now here you see supporting information, and as I demonstrated earlier, I don't wanna repeat it. Okay, this file, this file, this file. Okay, only three files we need: ppp.h, module ppp, and this one. Okay, and this is our Visual Studio. So these are two header files, and this one, okay, ppp.ixx. This one is module, I guess, triple p. Yes, this is our module. So let's get back to the ppt and VS Code. So I shown you input and output program. Okay, this one is our here we are taking input C in. Okay, we are taking input, and the program is providing us output C out. So now next is variables. The places in which we store data are called objects, as I mentioned earlier. Okay, so we learned about input, and variables are the places in memory. Okay, the places in memory in which we store data are called objects. And to access an object we need a name. Okay, and a named object is a variable. Okay, a named object is variable, and the data items we put into variables are called values. Okay, data items we put into variables are called values. So we know what are object, variable, and values. Okay, and a statement that defines a variable is called a definition, and a definition can provide an initial value. Okay, so let's note it down. A statement that defines a variable is called a definition. This is a definition, sorry, this is a statement, and whenever we gonna define a variable, like for example, if I gonna define a variable string last name, okay, L name is equal to, see, so this is my definition, okay, and this is the name of variable, this is the value, and this is type, okay, string type. So let's say cout hello f name and L name, okay, slash n. Let's run this. Let's comment this out, and now I'm gonna run it again. Wait, expected a semicolon. Let's remove this part. Now let's run it again. So here you see hello Lalit Singh, but no space, okay. So what I am gonna do is I'm gonna add this. Expected a semicolon. Let's search for empty string in CPP. Add blank, add space character in CPP. Okay, leave it. Hello f name, no? Okay, so my mistake. Let's run this again. you see hello Lalit see. Okay, so here we saw variable. Okay, this is definition. Okay, a statement, this is a statement. Okay, wherever the line ends with semicolon, it's a statement. For now let's remember it like this. And this is statement where it defines a variable. Okay, it's called a definition. Okay, define variable. Okay, so this one. Ignore this highlight. Okay, it's intelligence. I will disable it later. This one, build intelligence, build only motivation. Let's run this again. Okay, so now what's it? The value after the is equal to is called an initializer. You can visualize these variables like these. Okay, so this is initializer. Okay, the value after is equal to is called an initializer. Like string name is equal to Lalit. So this one is initializer. Okay, this one is initializer. And remember, always define it top set. String l name, take input, take first name as input. Okay, and another is int number of steps is equal to 5000. Let's suppose. Hello Lalit Singh. SN Cout, you walked number of steps. Hello Lalit Singh, you walked 5000 steps. Okay, I again missed this space. Here we can edit. See, you walk 5000 steps. Okay, so int and string are types. Okay, integer and types. So remember, you can't put the values of wrong type into a variable. Like you can't put string in integer, okay, or an integer into string. Like you can't write string l name is equal to 5000. It gonna throw an error, okay. But you have to remove the this um, apostrophe. Okay, like if I run this, it gonna throw an error. Look, while trying to match the argument, this look, it can't convert from int to triple p checked string. Okay, we are using the header ppp checked string. Okay, so ignore this or just remember, okay, you can't put values of the wrong type into a variable. Okay, next is the compiler remembers the type of each variable and makes sure that you use it according to its type. Okay, compiler remembers the type of each variable. Okay, CPP large number of types. CPP has large number of types. Okay, compiler remembers the type of each variable. As specified in definition. In its definition. Okay, so we have large number of types. Okay, output variable 2.2 0.3 is types. Okay, now types. So basically 5 important types we have are 5 types are, okay, int, double, char, okay, string and bool. Okay, I'm gonna write them here again. Okay, let's create a new file again. Types.cpp. Okay, string include ppp.h. okay, so int main types. Okay, so first one is integer. Okay, int. Second one is int, double, char, string and bool. Okay, let's define the values also here. Int number of steps is equal to 5000. Okay, int is for integers. Second one is double. Okay, flying time 3.5 hours. Okay, 3.5 hours. Double is for floating point numbers. Floating point numbers, you can say decimal values. Double. Char is for individual characters. Okay, let's say decimal point is equal to dot individual character. This string name is equal to, this is for string character string. Character string check the string. Okay, ignore it for now. Last one is bool. Okay, bool is boolean. Okay, true or false, yes or no. Like bulb. Okay, bulb is glowing, yes or no. Okay, it's on or off. We have only two values. Okay, bool for logical variables. Okay, so I'm gonna note them on notebook also. Int for integer, int double is for floating number. Okay, integer floating number, and char. Okay, char point is equal to dot. This is for individual character. Individual character. String name is equal to, okay, this is for character string. String for character strings. Fifth and last is bool. These are only important types. Okay, there are many types in C++. Okay, bool tap on is equal to true. Bool for logic value and logical variables. Okay, this is types. Okay, the why it's called double. Okay, double is short for double precision floating point numbers. Okay, and floating point is the computer's approximation to the mathematical concept of a real number. Okay, note that each of these types has its own characteristic style of literals. 39, 3.5, dot, character. Okay, an individual character enclosed in single quotes. Okay, character, a single character is enclosed in single quotes. Individual character is enclosed in single quotes, and string is a sequence of characters, okay, delimited by double quotes. True, double. Okay, I'm gonna note it double. It is short for double precision floating point. Floating point is mathematical concept of a real number. Real numbers are all the numbers that can be found on the number line, encompassing both rational and irrational numbers. Whole number integers. Natural number, whole number, integer, rational number, irrational number. Denotes an integer, a single character, single quotes denote a character, decimal point denotes floating point value, sequence of characters enclosed double quotes denotes a string. Okay, so next one is input and type. Variables, okay, I'm gonna take a break, then we will study input and type. Okay, so next we have input and type. Okay, let's create a new file. Okay, this will print out this. Enter your first name and age on a screen. Next we're gonna define some variables. Age is equal to -8. Okay, -1 and question. Okay, so now we're gonna take input of first name and age. Okay, read an integer, sorry, read a string by n, then followed by an integer. Okay, now see out. Okay, it's hello comma name. Okay, first name. First name. Okay, question mark means, question mark indicates, this indicates don't know the name. Same for -1 means don't know the age. Okay, first name. Now first name, and here age. See what this returns, /n. Okay, now first name, let's run this program. One or more multiply defined symbols for already defined in f name of okay. So in a single project we are declaring main function. Okay, okay. So here you see we have a string. Cout hello, first name. Okay, first name will be input and age. Okay, so you see the output it's generating. Look, here is age string. Okay, this age is coming from here. Okay, string age and the integer value we are giving as input in cin. Okay, so the reason is for this is called reading of strings is terminated by what is called white space. Okay, so this space, new line and tab characters, otherwise white spaces by default is ignored by input operator. Okay, what if we gonna give, you see, hello 28. 28 is the name. Okay, string and age is 0. Because 28 is a sequence of character and they are terminated by white space. The trend name, okay, is not integer. String read using input operator is by default terminated by white space. It reads a single word, but sometimes we want to read more than one word. There are of course many ways of doing this. For example, we can read a name consisting of two words like this. Can read a name consisting of two words. Okay, let's run it again. If I type here like this, listen 28, so you see it's taking first value in first name, okay, and this is string as we are giving it as integer, okay, because second one it's asking for int, okay, but we are not providing it, so it is 0. So how do we can enter two strings in a series? Okay, let's see it here. Here int main cout, enter your first name, cout, string first name, cout, enter your last name, string last name, okay. Now see in first name and second name, okay, last name, sorry, first name, last name, and at the end cout hello first name last name. Let's run this. Oops. Okay, it's working, but enter your first name. How we can make it like this? In first name, okay, in last name, first name, enter your last name, okay. Now that's fine. Okay, we saw how to read two strings in a series, okay, in a row, or we can say. So what we did here is this will display it on the screen to enter the first name, okay, and this is our variable, and here we are taking input and assigning the value of the input to the variable you declared, okay. Now here again this is the text that gonna be shown on screen, okay. Then we are declaring a variable, okay, of a string last name, and we'll take in, okay, input, and assign that value to the variable, okay. Now at the end we are declaring this statement, hello first name and last name, okay. Sense of initializers for the two strings used as targets for input. String is initialized to the empty string, okay. As we know what are initializers, okay, this is initializer. As you know, after is equals whatever it is initializer. So remember, if we don't uh, put the value in is initializers, it will be default as initialized to the empty string. Okay, to write out the age in number of months, read the input in years and multiply using the operator by 12. Read the age into a double to allow for children who can be very proud of being 5.5 years old rather than just 5. Okay, so we have another challenge here. Okay, we gonna move this program to another one. And let's create a new file, input. Again we gonna comment this out. So now we have a challenge here. Input challenge. Okay, include ppp.h ppp.h. So this is our question. Get the name and age example to run, then modify it to write out the age in number of months. Okay, read the input in years and multiply using the multiply operator by 12. Okay, read the age into to allow for children who can be very proud of being 5.5 years old rather than just 5. Okay, first of all we're gonna take the cout. Okay, first of all let's string name. Okay, cout, enter your name. in name, and then cout your name is name. Let's run this. Okay, this smart code is creating problem. Add space. Okay, so this was our name, and now so it's double. Okay, then modify it to write out the age. Okay, let's first just take the age, int age. Okay, cout age as input. Take name as input. Okay, see out, enter your age in years. Okay, for now it's int so your name is this and your age is age. Okay, see in name age so what mistake I did here is syntax error, missing semicolon. Okay. Semicolon before C in. So enter your name, enter your age in years. Okay, I missed put /n. Okay, so your name is and add /n uline character. Okay, we're gonna run it again. Enter your name, enter your age in years. Your name is this and your age is 28. Okay, now it's saying that modify it to write out the age in number of months. Okay, so we're gonna take the age in years and then we're gonna convert it into months. Okay, read the age into a double to allow for children who can be very proud of being half years rather than. Okay, so we're gonna take age in years, then we're gonna convert it into months. Okay, so first of all, age, take age as double. Okay, so floating point number double age. Okay, so see out what is your age in years. Okay, so your name is this name. Okay, /n, and now we have to calculate it. Double age is equal to will this work out? Let's see. Nope. Enter your age in years. Age double age into months is equal to age multiplied by 12. Okay, so your name is this and you are age into months and your age in months is age into months. Okay, let's try this out. So my name is this, so my age, let's suppose my age is 5 years. Your name is this and your age in months is 60. Okay, so I am 60 months.